Shalom family. So this morning I want to share with you a piece out of 2 Kings chapter 6. Now this historic narrative is amazing because it teaches us something very important in our walks with the Lord, in various situations of difficulty, trial, tribulations in our lives. Now if we read 2 Kings chapter 6 from verse 8, right, it says the following. Now the king of Syria was making war against Israel, and he consulted with his servants, saying, my camp will be in such and such a place. And the man of God sent to the king of Israel, saying, beware that you do not pass this place, for the Syrians are coming down there. So every time the king of Syria made a plan and told his servants, I'm going here in my strategy, God would tell the man of God would warn the king of Israel. Then the king of Israel sent someone to the place of which the man of God had told him. Thus he warned him, and he was watchful there, not just once or twice. Therefore the heart of the king of Syria was greatly troubled by this thing. And he called his servants and said to them, will you not show me which of us is for the king of Israel? And one of his servants said, none, my lord, O king, but Elisha, the prophet, who is in Israel, tells the king of Israel the words that you speak in your bedroom. There are no secrets from this prophet. He is speaking what is going on in privacy. So he said, go and see where he is, that I may send and get him. And it was told him, saying, surely he is in Dothan. Therefore he sent horses and chariots and a great army there. And they came by night and surrounded the city. So here's Elisha in this small city, and this entire army has been sent to capture one man of God. Now the first thing you need to realize here is the enemy knows the power that resides in someone who is wholly committed and sold out to the Lord Most High. A man of God is to be feared because he is wholly sold out to God. The power of God flows. So they sent an army, not one or two great warriors or soldiers, not a diplomat, not anybody else. An army came, chariots, horses, everybody. Your worth against the enemy is great. They surround the city. So the next morning, when the servant of the man of God arose early and went out, there was an army surrounding the city with horses and chariots. And his servant said to him, alas, my master, what shall we do? He wakes up the next morning there, where there was green fields and hills and a little sheepy and a shepherd. Bam! Army, chariots, warriors, everyone encamped right around the city. The fear is like a punch in his guts. Like, what the heck? What are we going to do? There's no soldiers here. There's no army of Israel here. We're just us. Fear has overtaken him with what his eyes have taken in. They are surrounded. So he answered, do not fear. This is now Elisha, the man of God. For those who are with us are more than those who are with them. Off he goes on his way. And the servant's like, oh my word, my master's lost the plot. He looks around him. A baker, a potter, a few civilians, a shepherd or two. He starts doing some maths, he's counting. There's definitely not more of us than there are of them. There is an army outside. What the heck? What is he? So Elisha sees this and he prays and he says, Lord, I pray, open his eyes that he may see. Then the Lord opened the eyes of the young man to the spiritual realm, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire all around Elisha. Those who are with us are greater than those who come against us. And then his servant understood. Wow. Of course we can relax. God's got us. We don't rely on physical sight. We rely on the Lord Most High. And that was the lesson. It gets even more interesting, and you should go read it for yourself. Not only was that a miracle in itself and an incredible victory in itself, Elisha then says to him, now that he can see, okay, cool, let's go down and just deal with this army once off. Elisha prayed, and then he opened his eyes, and then the Syrians came down to him. Elisha prayed to the Lord and said, strike this people, I pray, with blindness. And he struck them with blindness, according to the word of Elisha. Then Elisha, the man they've come to capture, goes down and leads them completely astray into a different direction. Totally chill the whole time, super relaxed, probably stopped for breakfast and lunch along the route while leading the enemy that had come to capture him somewhere else. You need to know that you are a child of God, man and woman of God, entrusted with the Holy Spirit that is with us, and knowledgeable of the fact that God is our source of power and protection, and we trust wholeheartedly in Him, not in what the enemy brings before us or brings against us. We trust in the water walker, Jesus Christ. We trust in His words, and we walk with Him. What can man do to me? So let that bless you and give you a different perspective this morning as you go into your day. Shalom.